All right, Eli, I'm back.
Welcome back, Jerry.
Thank you.
Just getting the map together. So the concept here is that, like I said, it was about a year into the future, and your character has continued training under Luke. The first time I did this, I had people do it with the 0 XP characters, and then this was with their 150 XP characters. So I'm not going to have you advance at all. We're just going to keep the same character.
Sure.
And this is basically going to be your Jedi trial. Luke, from his sister, has heard rumors that there are Imperial remnants in the Outer Rim, and he's hoping that you, as a part of your trials, could go figure out some information on who's organizing these Imperial remnants, and maybe steal a ship as evidence and also for your own keeping. So now you have your own spaceship, and then bring it back to Luke, and then you'll be an official Jedi Knight.
Okay, understood.
So all your character has to go off from the beginning is that there are Imperial Star Destroyers somewhere in the Outer Rim. How do you think he would approach this to try and find which one he would go to, or even to get there in the first place?
And I'm on Yavin currently when this is all discussed.
Yes, and Luke has offered to use his GX-1 short-haul transport to get you closer to there. But if there's any Inquisitors on there, they would probably detect him if he got too close. So once he gets to a certain point, he's going to need to either have a second party hand you off, or some other thing that maybe you could think of.
So maybe there's an Outer Rim planet where I know there's like maybe some sort of smuggler contact that I have from back in my hut days that I've worked with. Perhaps I could like have Luke take me to where I think this guy is and then reach out to him.
Big chance of that. Why don't we have you roll Streetwise? Difficulty 1 red, 1 purple.
Nope. Oh, got
This
to
is going to
despair.
this is going to be a fail forward situation.
Okay.
You manage. I'm going to reset your strain. You manage to get in contact with some of your hut allies, and they say absolutely no problem. It's very easy for us to get you in contact with. We've been selling sentient beings to the Empire for decades anyway.
Thinking to myself, this is a little too easy, but okay. Yeah.
And so you meet up with Captain Mac, and Captain Mac takes you onto his ship, and everything seems above board. And then once you hyper jump into an area, something seems to go wrong. It's like they get pulled out of hyperspace. Their Astrogate navigator seems to explain it's as though there was a gravity well near you. Would you like to roll Warfare against 2 purple to maybe identify this phenomenon? I'm going to take those threats as a setback dice for the future. But your character is familiar with some advanced Star Destroyers having gravity well capabilities. And gravity wells are very dangerous for astrogation systems, so unless they've been sliced properly, they're going to automatically come out of hyperjump if they come into a gravity well.
I'll say that out loud, what I know, to the group.
And it's at that point, I'm just going to use your character's mini to display this part. An Interdictor class Star Destroyer comes into view from their spaceship. You are stuck in their tractor beams. You are pulled in. And then this is the hangar we are starting from. Long story short, very quickly, Captain Mac turns you over to the Empire. And says, "Oh yeah." That's the despair, right? And says,
Buddy, what? We go way back.
Hey, you're a Jedi now. It's like you're dead to me. Good luck.
Thanks.
And they let him leave. Let me just put in some antagonists here. Every Jedi needs to go through their Jedi trials alone. You are massively outnumbered by the stormtroopers and a single Imperial officer.
Behind me is a force field in space, right?
Correct.
What would I do here? What would this character do here? Um,
You
range,
can meta know that like stormtroopers are only like moderate challenge in this game.
sure. Um, so straight ahead from to the north where I am, is that a exit out of here?
Yes, it appears to be a corridor.
I think I want to run past all of them as fast as I can and get through that door.
Alrighty. So especially because that my adversary thing you can't even target these adversaries in RPG sessions, so I'm not going to reveal anybody else. But let's restart initiative. This is going to be a cool, as your character is booted off of Captain Mac's ship, and then he boots off, and yeah, go ahead, roll cool.
Did you want me to apply the setback die at this juncture?
Yeah, that's a good place for it.
Okay.
So first, it's going to be the commander is going to order the stormtroopers to detain you. Stop initiative, and then they're going to march forward to get into range. Not all of them, though. And does your character resist arrest, more or less?
Yeah, I think my response is activate my light guitar in response to all this.
So I think I will add a stormtrooper adversary, just so I have their rules handy. Now you can see that they're stormtroopers. And this is a brawl. So your defense is 2?
Yes, if they're doing melee on me, range would be a 1 defense.
Yeah, they're trying to detain you physically.
Okay.
So this small minion group has managed to get their hands on you, but due to the threat, they're going to suffer 1 strain, which is a wound to minions, and going to give you a boost die on your next attempt. So they have you by the shoulders and the arms, but you're not fully bound yet.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
So, just out of character, so my charge is to find out who's behind the Imperial remnant here, like who's orchestrating it. Is that right? And steal a spaceship and get back to Luke with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm looking. So I'm thinking I need to know like who's the leader here or something like along those lines. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem value added to fight these guys here because I'm on a ship with tons of them. So I'm going to try to get loose and then, yeah, make my way towards that door.
So we can do a maneuver if you want to make a brawl or athletics check.
Okay. Better. Yeah, so brawl would be my preference.
And they both had your force rating.
What difficulty?
2 purple. So with that triumph, just gonna back up a little bit. You can do something vital, such as shooting the controls to the nearby blast doors to seal them shut. Maybe to seal these guys in behind you.
Yeah, if I can get loose, cross all that distance, and shut the door behind me, that would be ideal.
Yeah. So you succeed. You can use the 2 advantages to push a boost die forward since you have no strain left.
Sure.
And then the triumph is what allows you to lock them in behind you.
All right, I like it.
You juke them and escape their grasp. And then once you exit, you come into an area with just a scout trooper and a regular trooper patrolling the halls. We're still in initiative.
Sure.
If you want, this is like the end of your escape. So if you wanted to strain yourself, you could maneuver again. Otherwise, it's back to the top of initiative.
Yeah, let's save the strain. So let's advance here.
All right. You hear, and so the alarm goes off within the Star Destroyer. Your character charges through, and then these stormtroopers open fire on you.
Okay. I would like to dodge. And yeah, I guess if they hit me, then I'll probably reflect.
Your range defense is 1?
Yes.
Wow, they got really lucky.
Okay.
I'm going to use that triumph for a crit, and you can take the 3 strain for reflect if you want.
Okay.
Go ahead, roll the crit for Rah'ec. And you take, that comes to 13 damage, minus your soak of 6, comes to 7, and then you reflected it goes down to 3. You take 3 wounds, and get a discouraging wound, which is going to flip one of these light sides to the dark side.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
So I'm just in a long corridor. I don't see any doors, or are there doors?
And when you look further down, it seems that this corridor forks into a left and right direction.
How many maneuvers would it take to get past them to the fork?
2 maneuvers.
All right. Let's spend my turn running past them. So I guess my maneuver and my action would be downgraded to a second maneuver.
So that will cost you 0 strain to do. I think I just flip your characters out of there, and that happens. That's a weird thing with Tabletop Simulator sometimes. And so you come upon the fork. They are behind you, still within shooting range. Do you go left or right?
Feeling left, which would be north, the way I'm oriented right now. So that would be my plan, I guess. If they're going to shoot, I'm going to try to dodge again.
Very well. So it's going to roll for them to shoot. Ranged light, 1 red, 1 purple, 1 black. I'm just rolling once. I'm just using that as the minion group rules.
Well, I thought stormtrooper type folks were supposed to miss. Wow, I'm getting hit. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely.
I guess I will reflect again.
All right, so you reflect, which is going to lower it by 4. So I'll treat that as negative 2 successes. 7, you take 1 more wound. I'm going to use that 4 advantage to give me 2 boosts on my next thing against you.
Okay.
And so you said you're going north?
Yeah.
And I have a separate map for this one.
Am I running into a barracks? Is that what I'm doing?
Not, oh, this is the barracks. Sorry, let me go forward. There we go.
That would be hilarious. Oh,
that would be hilarious.
I took a wrong turn.
You appear to come upon a briefing room. There are no stormtroopers here. There are some officers and some droids. That's your maneuver to get into here. What do you do once you get in?
Am I being pursued behind me?
You can hear the boots of stormtroopers.
I feel like I need to get out of sight of all these people and then change tactics. I don't know where the hell I'm running. Let's run to the east. So try to get out of this room if I can.
Oh, gotcha. So, you use your action to maneuver to get into the next room?
Opposite. I meant, I said east. I meant
Oh,
west,
you did say
actually.
east.
Yeah.
You did say east.
No.
But you meant west?
Sometimes I have problems with east and west. I meant east, so you're in the right place now.
Your character doesn't know where they're going, so does it really matter?
Yeah. There you go. I feel better now. That was kind of you.
And so you hear them pursuing you, and you charge about halfway into the next corridor. These officers all seem pretty surprised by what they've seen, despite the alarm. They're going to command their allies. Let me just add this officer adversary, and then they're going to actually roll to command. So that success is going to wipe away one of my bonus dice that I was going to that I've been saving against you, and allow their allies to continue their pursuit against you. It basically lets them do a charge.
Okay.
They get an immediate maneuver. And then the stormtroopers are going to fire on you again. Are you dodging?
I will not this time. May need
All
to
right.
save it for reflect.
You have increased your distance between them, so they're going to roll at a higher difficulty. And they fail this time.
Okay.
That's 3 advantage, which I'm going to push towards the strain of the officers. And now I recovered one of my 2 boost die that I'm saving. And it's your turn again.
So I see a long corridor. Looks like There's might be some hostiles up ahead.
No, those guys were not supposed to actually exist. There was a glitch from the tabletop simulator.
So basically, my plan right now is I'm trying to put as much distance as I can between the ones that are pursuing me. I want to get out of sight, and then I'm looking for a place to, like a doorway or something I could like hide behind. I feel like I need to go into stealth mode here very soon
All
because I
right,
can't.
let's have you roll athletics against 1 red and 2 purple to see if you can gain the distance you need to hide properly. You succeed, and I'm going to downgrade your next attempt one with those threats.
Downgrade. Okay.
But you do make a distance. Your character is fit and not wearing very heavy armor, so you manage to dash through a bunch of circuitous corridors.
This is called Tabletop Simulator. Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm using.
This is the one that does like tries to make it look like everything's 3D, and if you're actually playing in person, yeah.
Yeah, it's good because it allows you to simulate anything that
Hmm.
would be in a board game, but also that's kind of its flaw because it's not focused. And so your character has charged into essentially an interstitiary area, kind of the life support, the climate control areas of the starship, to recover his breath. Would you like to roll cool or discipline in order to recover some strain?
Sure.
I'm calling your behaviors a fair escape.
So I could get one back.
You can get one back and another one because advantage lets you recover a strain.
I think it's probably prudent if I use one of my stim packs, get some wounds back.
Sure.
Record
Use your
that.
stim pack. And you used 2 before from the previous scenario. You can have gotten those both back over the year.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so after I do all that, I guess I'm looking around this room. I feel like I need to get out of sight, so I'm looking for like deck plating that I could like lift up, and maybe there's like under the deck plating tunnels, or maybe get into an air vent. Do I have any options like that in here that I see?
You do. That's exactly what you have around here. You've got air vents, you've got tunnels between like maintenance tunnels between different parts. The question is, which did you prefer? Air vent, maintenance tunnel, or you could roll mechanics to try and find a third thing. Mechanics against 1 red, 1 purple.
Let's try mechanics. 1 red, 1 purple. I have 2 threats, so that's not gonna help me.
So I've got 3 boost against you now.
Yay!
Yeah, your character can only really figure out that there's the air vents and the maintenance tunnels.
And the maintenance tunnels will put me like under the deck plane, but potentially I could be seen. Let's try air vents.
All right, your character climbs into one of the air vents. Now I'm going to have you roll a straight stealth, no opposing difficulty, because I'm going to roll their perception independently.
I would like to spend that destiny point. Make this an
All right,
upgrade.
upgrade it.
And what nastiness are you? Oh, wait, I'm just rolling it straight, right?
Yeah, roll your straight.
Yeah.
I'm using my boost dice, is what it
Okay.
is.
Oops, I just meant to hit it once. Sorry.
That's okay.
Or no, I did hit it once. All right,
You did.
You rolled.
I
Okay.
hit mine for the officers.
Looks like they know where I am.
Indeed, it does. So I'm just going to put this like this, and I'm going to raise your character to try and do it this way. Put your character here to kind of represent you, like
That's cool.
in the
I
tunnel.
like that. Yeah, it's neat.
Right, but one of the like nice modular things about Tabletop Simulator, I can riff it, and it's pretty good for improvisation. Your character at least hears when the Imperial officer says, "There's no one doing maintenance now. There's an alarm going off," and then we can roll initiative again.
All right.
Yours is going to be vigilance.
Okay.
Everyone here is like on their highest caution.
I'm going to spend a point of. Well, it doesn't really matter. All right, well, that would be metagaming though. I'll spend a point of strain, like I was saying, and that'll make that 3 successes, 1 advantage.
All right, so that puts you in between the stormtroopers and the officer.
2 triumphs. Good lord.
Yeah, the stormtroopers are doing really well this game.
I know these guys are pro. I don't know. Must be bucking for Death Trooper or something.
It is not as big of a minion group as it was last time. It's going to be. Are you dodging?
Seems prudent considering I'm kind of in a confined space. So yeah, I guess the best I can, I'll dodge.
So it's going to upgrade one difficulty, and then that's going to be 2 setback dice because they're trying to shoot you through a wall. 0 successes. Their
Okay.
character avoids all of the blaster fire, although they don't know that. And then it's your turn.
So I'll say, ah, like they got me, and then I'll try to get as much distance down the air vent as I can away from them.
So you're going to maneuver down. That's going to copy this. And your character starts to come along a turn, and they continue. Why don't you make a deception check for me?
This kind of scenarios where I'm wishing I had. I'm kind of a one-trick pony with I'm really like a combat
Punching.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Difficulty.
I was looking for their vigilance real fast. Difficulty is going to be 1 red, 2 purple. Let me check this sheet again. I don't want to keep giving you strain. What else can I do with threat? You're going to lose the benefits of a prior maneuver. So that's what I'm going to do. You're going to
Okay.
lose the benefits of your previous behavior, so they know where you are. You try to turn them off with your grunt and your juke. Now you're in this corridor. Are you trying to move faster using your action, or
Yeah, let's go full maneuver. I'm trying to get as far away from them as I can.
all right? And your character seems to come upon a 4-way this time. You're coming from the west. There's a north, south, and east still available. And it's the officer's turn. I'm just going to roll their command. And they fail to command the stormtroopers properly, so they don't get an extra maneuver. The stormtroopers are going to try and shoot you again. They're going to use some strain to catch up with you. So that's their 2 maneuvers, and then ranged light.
I will not dodge.
No dodge this time. They still get 2 setback because they're still trying to shoot you through the wall. 1 success. That's 10 damage.
Minus soak.
So that's going to be 4 damage. Yeah, right now your character has these 4 directions. You can either continue down to the south and stay within the tubes, or you can try to hop out here and go in these other directions.
And they're shooting at me, so they know exactly where I am right now. So the directions I have. So these are like directions in the air vent. Is that right?
Yeah.
Um.
But like from the air vent, you can really only go south or back towards the stormtroopers. If you hopped out, then you could go north or east. Otherwise, it's really just south or back west.
Gotcha. All right, let's hop out and go.
All right. You're dashing north. I'm going to bring you back over here just to reset this. Oh, I did that weird thing again. All right. All these need to go onto here. Otherwise, it's not going to work right. All right. So you're dashing straight north. On their turn, they're going to try to fire on you from afar. First, it's the officer, seeing if he can command them again. He does succeed, and he triumphs. So they're going to get an actual 2 attacks on you this time.
I'm thinking I should dodge then.
You're going to dodge the first one. They fail. Are you dodging the second one?
No.
And they don't succeed. Somehow different from failing. And now finally, the stormtroopers live up to their reputation. They fire wildly at you as you dash through here. You can see a blast door in front of you that is open, revealing not a barracks, more of a training center.
Does it look like there's a way out, or is this just like a room and then I'm trapped in here if I stay in here?
It's just a room, but if you roll perception, maybe you could find some materials within there.
Sure.
Against 2 purple.
Interesting.
Yeah, a failure and a triumph. And so I'm going to say your character fails to notice how well occupied this training area is. But as you run in, you find a data pad that seems to say Supreme Leader Snoke instructs the Imperials to continue their spread through the outer regions. So it's a triumph, like you've kind of inadvertently accomplished one of your goals.
Force works in mysterious ways. Okay, well, I don't want to hang out here. I guess I want to dash back out the room and head a different direction, though I guess I'm going to be running into the stormtroopers that are coming this way.
Yeah. All right, so your second maneuver is going to be running back into this direction. You grab that data pad, and then they're going to...
I was going to ask, do I have the option of like, so this whole time I've been kind of out in the open, just running down the corridors or like scampering up a air vent. Can I like press myself against a wall now and then to like give myself a little bit of cover? Is that an option?
It's not great cover, but I'm going to allow your character to put a setback against the enemies.
Okay, fair enough.
So with that, I'm going to roll another command from the officer. He does succeed, he triumphs, and so they're going to get 2 attacks. Are you dodging this first one?
Tough choices. Yes.
So it's going to be 2 setback because you got cover. And they do actually succeed this time. That is 12 damage, goes to 6 wounds, unless you reflect. You probably don't want to reflect at this moment.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
So, 6 wounds.
Okay.
Your character is tough at least. Do you try to dodge the second attack?
Sure. That's how they're going to get me. They're going to strain me out.
And so this one would come to 5 wounds.
Okay.
And now it is Rah'ec's turn. Severely wounded.
Gosh, I really don't want to give up. Let's. I really can't get away from these guys. How many are firing at me?
It's 3 here, which I'm saying is a minion group of 2. Because the Imperial officer is just commanding them, and that's letting them attack twice once in a while.
How many? What's the range band from where they are to me right now?
Medium.
Check something.
Sure.
So I'd like to get a little sneaky here. I'll kind of dash forward like one maneuver closer to them, and then I'll just kind of look crestfallen, like you guys are about to drop me. I guess I should give up. And so in my mind, I'm trying to just get closer to them so I can, when it's, I guess, my turn, perhaps unleash on them. But so I'm trying to like deceive them right now is what I'm doing.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Go ahead, roll a deception. It's going to be against a red and a purple. 0 successes, and so they are going to approach you. So you're dashing forward and then kind of playing injured and passed out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you guys are, oh, I give up. Okay, kind of hands up in the air thing. But yeah, when they get closer, then I'm planning to attack. Is what's going to go down here. That's my thought process.
So the stormtroopers are going to advance on you. Let me see if the officer commands them properly. Gets no successes, and so he doesn't give them any bonuses. They are still getting their restraints ready, and then it becomes your turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to wade into them and try to take them down.
I'll say your character's not like fully prone on the ground. You're like leaning against the wall, like as though your wounds and the strain of the situation had overcome you.
Yeah.
And you can make an attack.
Yeah, then it's like the light guitar comes out, and I'm in the up in their grill. All right.
I'm going to flip a dark side point to increase your difficulty by 1. So it's going to be 1 red, 1 purple.
I'll spend my maneuver on my turn to aim. All right, let's see what happens here.
Nice.
I'll put the light side into successes.
That's 5 successes plus 6. So that's 11.
What's the crit rating of my lightsaber or my light guitar?
It's 2.
So let's crit them too.
All right, so in RPG sessions, there's that little like D20 on the right side of the dice stack section, and from there you can hit the D percentile. Or you can just, in that section, you can also hit roll crit for this PC.
So are these minions or not?
The stormtroopers are minions,
Doesn't a crit take out a minion automatically?
absolutely. But you might want to roll it. It might like help flavor how it happens.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I misunderstood what you were driving at.
No trouble. Oh yeah, like do you want to like what body part do you want to take off the first light stormtrooper?
Um, I'm thinking the right leg of one of them.
And so as they're getting ready to put their restraints on you, you activate your light guitar and take off the leg of one, and the next one you do significant damage to. Not taking it, actually taking it completely out. So this stormtrooper minion group is now defeated. Just you and the officer now.
Okay, I'm looking at him like you don't want any of this.
He's going to use coercion to try to command you to lay down on the ground. And your discipline is 1 yellow, 1 green. So that's
Correct.
going to be his difficulty 1 red, 1 purple.
I'd
I'm
like
going to.
to.
Oh,
I'd like to flip a destiny point to make it harder for him.
all right. Well, if you're flipping, I'm not going to flip this time then.
Okay.
He does still succeed and gets
Okay.
some advantage. And so your character feels as though he's at a disadvantage. I'm not going to force you to surrender, but I'm going to turn that into a downgrade on your next offensive action if you don't decide to surrender, and a boost die for the next officer's action.
Looks like he's short range from me.
Yes.
As I glance around quickly, are there any other enemies coming towards me? Are there any like doorways nearby? Like, what are my options around here?
You're on this crossroads situation. So you from the north, you know that there are a bunch of people that are in training. Possibly it's because they have their goggles on that they're not responding. To the left was where you came from. So you don't know what is to the south or the east.
All right. So my thought process, yeah, I don't like taking extra lives unnecessarily, but I feel like the only way I'm going to survive this is to like get him off of me, so I can maybe go more stealth. So I think I'm going to have to cross the distance to him and try to take him out.
All right, roll the hit. The officer has no defense. So just 2 purple.
Let's see. I spent a maneuver to get there. Don't really have the strain to aim. So here we go.
You succeed. Do you tap into the dark side?
No. I
You
will.
have 2 advantage. That can be a crit or strain recovery
Yeah.
or boost.
Let's crit him.
All right, roll your crit.
Okay.
All right, so you got him real good. That comes to. I'm going to say the guitar does add your strength. So that's. Your strength's like 4, right? 4
Yeah.
brawl. Your
4 brawl.
brawn is 4 plus 6 for your lightsaber. Plus that's 12. He's critically injured and compromised, increase the difficulty of his skill checks. We go back to the top of initiative. You can hear stormtroopers chant like marching from the west, but they haven't made it to you yet. And on his turn, he's going to try to brawl you. This is not his strong suit.
That's a bad idea for him.
He doesn't have his pistol out. He was so busy ordering you around.
Okay.
Your defense is 2, 0 successes, 1 threat, and then it's your turn again. Oh, sorry, I didn't upgrade his difficulty. I'm just going to roll it again with the higher difficulty. If it's worse, I'm going to keep it. Yeah, basically the same.
Okay. All right. I guess my thinking is I need to take him out so I can hopefully get a clean getaway before the rest of these stormtroopers catch up to me. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right, you can roll.
Since I've already crossed the distance, I can aim this time. Well, let's see. I might want to. No, let's not do that because I want to get out of here after hopefully I down him. All right, so I'll save my maneuver and let's see what we get here.
I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade your difficulty 1. So it's going to be 1 red, 1 purple.
Okay. Ooh, that's spicy.
That is spicy. You can spend this advantage to give yourself a boost on your next one and recover 1 strain or recover 3 strain.
I'm looking at that dark side, wondering if I should tap
And those
into it.
dark side. And there's I because I flipped my dark side, that means you can access these dark side if you wanted to flip those and suffer a strain per dark side.
Yeah. Tough choices. Um, yeah, let's flip the destiny point. I'll take 1 strain, make that a success. Hopefully that'll kill him.
And that will be with 3 advantage left.
I'm gonna put the advantage into getting strain back.
All right, so you recover that strain. That is enough to take him out. However, as a despair, it seems that you have bashed your vambrace against the wall in this flurry, and you deactivate your light guitar.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, I don't like that, but sticking to the plan. Let's run. The stormtroopers are coming from the from that way. Okay. Uh, let's beat feet to the south then.
All right, you're going to the south. Good choice. Your character runs into a hangar.
Theater of the mind works.
It does work. So when you come in, you find that there are an array of TIE fighters and 1 Gozanti cruiser. So there are TIE fighters along the walls and 1 Gozanti cruiser in the center of this hangar. Not to scale.
Yeah. I don't think I want to fly any of the TIE fighters. I think my character knows enough after spending a year with Luke that I would know that they're not going to probably get me into hyperspace. So yeah, I guess I got to go for the cruiser.
So you can run to the cruiser, and we're in exploration mode, so there's no initiative right now.
Yeah, let's board that thing.
You're able to board as though it's unlocked, and once you get in, you find that you've got 3 things you need to do. You need to turn it on, you need to activate the astrogation so that you can properly get out of here, and then you need to actually find a way through the force field.
I guess order of operations is close the boarding ramp, the ship behind me, head to the cockpit. Probably want to do the astrogation first, get that cooking. Well, I guess I have to turn it on, then astrogation. Is that right? I can't do it the other way.
The nav computer can be on independently of the ship.
All right, yeah. So let's get the astrogation started first, since that's it'll need to calculate some sort of jump out of here. Yeah,
The
and then
good news
Mhm.
is that it has a droid on there.
Okay.
So you can roll astrogation using your intelligence plus a rank of 2.
All right. So basically, just take my 2 green, make them 2 yellow. Is that what we're doing here?
I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade your difficulty to 1 red and 2 purple.
I might need that destiny point later. All right. Let's see what happens here. Maybe I'll get lucky.
You can use that advantage to recover a strain if you'd like.
I'll take it.
And so you have plotted your flight out of here.
I think while I'm let's see. So I've accomplished 2 of the 3 tasks so far, or just 1.
1.5. Like you have gotten a data pad that seems to talk about Supreme Leader Snoke, and you have found a ship that you're going to take out of here, but you haven't actually left yet.
Right. I meant more about the ship stuff. Have I turned it on yet, so to speak?
Oh, for those ones. You have not. That's going to be a piloting check.
Okay. Which is not another one of my strong points. Oof.
Yes, it sputters and does not seem to respond. Your character, he always had people pilot for him.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
You can hear the march of stormtroopers again behind you. They seem to get to the corridor, and then the officer. Let's see if he commands them correctly. It's a different officer.
All right. So I'll try that. Let's try the piloting.
Against 2 purple.
Piloting space, correct. 2 purple.
Correct. The officer does not catch up with you, but the stormtroopers do. and they're going to throw an ion grenade at the ship.
Okay.
Because it's a minion group, it's going to have some extra bonuses. They do hit the ship with the ion grenade,
Hmm.
which is going to, because your ship is not currently on, is going to hamper some of your functions. Your character is not aware of which ones have been hampered at this moment.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
All right. Let's try to turn on the ship again. I
It's going to
think.
be a maneuver.
Okay. What am I rolling? Is it 2 purple or what am I doing here?
You know what? I'm going to say roll your 3 green. I'm going to flip a dark side point. So 1 red, 1 purple.
I'd like to flip one back if I may.
Sure. So 1 yellow, 2 green, 1 red, 1 purple.
Damn.
2 advantage, up to you if you want to turn that into a boost or recover 2 strain.
I think I need it as a boost.
And you can use your second action so your first action if you want to do it, try that again as 3 green, 2 purple, plus a boost.
There we go.
And you can recover 1 strain. So after multiple attempts, you finally get this kitten to purr, and the Gozanti class cruiser lifts off, and the shields activate.
So I want to point my exhaust at the stormtroopers to blow them back, or at least hamper them, something.
I'll flavor-wise, I'll make sure to give them a setback on their roll, but that was the end of your turn.
Okay, sorry.
No, no worries.
I'm getting
I
excited here.
appreciate that flavor. I'm glad you're excited. That heartens me. So the officers would try to command them. It is enough to give them a maneuver. They're out of grenades, so they're just maneuvering to try to get into these TIE fighters.
Oh no.
And so let's roll for their piloting. And so it does appear that the stormtroopers have activated their TIE fighters, and then it becomes your turn again. So now you have to find a way out of the force field, and then you need to fly into space and get away somehow.
So, proposition for you. If I spend a destiny point, can I use the Star Wars logic? If I shoot near the edge of the force field, that'll bring down the force field, and I can
Absolutely.
get out of there.
So we'll flip this destiny point, and normally you need a triumph for it, but instead you're just going to spend a destiny point. You still need to hit. So
Okay.
please roll gunnery against 1 purple.
Am I
Game
allowed
table.
to aim, even double aim here if I want?
Yes.
Okay. I will double aim. You said 1 purple?
1 purple. You know, I'm going to make that 1 red. I'm going to flip a dark side point.
Okay.
And so you succeed. You blow out the force field after aiming for your entire round. A good shot for an
Oh, he
inexperienced
just
gunner.
fell over. The exhaust got him.
Oh, it did. I'm going to let it happen. Let's see. Actually, I like that one. Discipline, usual difficulty, plus 2 setback because of the exhaust. 0 successes. He does not successfully command the stormtroopers. The stormtroopers are going to use their TIE fighters to try to shoot your ship.
Okay.
2 purple. I'm going to upgrade it 1 by flipping a dark side point. 2 successes. And so now your ship, its shields are down because of the ion damage it took earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 6 hull damage.
Okay.
And then it's back to your turn.
So I want to punch it out of here and get to a distance where I can get into a hyperspace. I'm assuming I'm going to have to evade them for a while before it activates.
Very reasonable. So 1 maneuver gets you out. And I'm just going to copy this. And we're going to go to another map, not to scale. We're coming from an interdictor. And so from your Quasanti, you can see that there is an even more massive Star Destroyer within the nebula that you're currently inhabiting, that you were transported to from Captain Mac.
I wonder
And
if
a
this
huge,
Snoke guy is on there.
maybe, and a huge array of other Star Destroyers, including the interdictor class that you're escaping from, and TIE fighters, bombers, and interceptors.
Fun. Okay.
And so now you are here. You've got a couple of range bands to get through before we can call it a fair escape. That's your one maneuver. Are you trying to maneuver again, or are you trying to shoot any of these TIE fighters chasing you?
So looking over the control panel here, do I have like countermeasures? Do I have weapons I can control from the cockpit or no?
Please roll warfare against 2 purple. 2 successes, 2 threats. I'm going to take those 2 threats as a boost die for me,
Okay.
but you succeed. So your character is aware that the Gozanti class cruiser has a quad laser that can shoot in all directions, twin heavy laser cannons that can shoot port and starboard, and a proton torpedo that can shoot forward. You don't really have, this one doesn't seem to have any countermeasures, although you do discover that it has 4 TIE fighters mounted within it. So if there were other people here, they could use those as gunnery stations.
Okay. Are the TIE fighters like attached to the ship?
Exactly.
Got it. Hmm. And am I able to control any of the weapons from the cockpit, or is this one of those things you have to be in a turret to operate it?
You can control the quad lasers and the laser cannons and the torpedo launcher, but you cannot control the TIE fighters.
Okay. Um, let's try to get as much distance as I can right now.
All right, so it's going to be another maneuver as your action, so it doesn't cause you any more strain. I'm going to roll for the officer, and you can hear on the comms within the cruiser, the officer is essentially trying to order everybody to get onto their ships and chase you.
Okay.
That's a
As you do.
success, as you do. So they get 1 maneuver to get back into your range band, and then the stormtroopers are going to roll against you. That's gunnery, 2 purple. I'm going to spend my last dark side point to upgrade it once.
Boy, they're
Not a
pounding.
great roll considering that pool.
Yeah. Well, they're pounding the ship though.
They absolutely are. And so the ship is going to get another 13 hull damage. And then it is your turn again. Like we said, your ship is getting pounded by TIE fighter weaponry.
So I guess one thing that'd be going through my mind is there's a chance I may not survive this. Would I have any way of sending? Well, if I send it to them, they might pick it up. All right, that seems like a bad idea. I don't want them to know where Luke is. So never mind that. I was wondering if I could like transmit the Snoke information, but that's probably has more risk in it than I'm comfortable with.
And it's probably beyond your character's computer understanding,
Exactly. Yeah.
but you're aware that Luke is probably reaching out with his feelings, watching you this entire time.
Okay.
So if you wanted to try to reach out to him, I would allow you to make a discipline check against 2 purple.
What would that be on my turn? Is this my action, or what are we talking about here?
It'd be a maneuver.
All right, let's do that.
You do have 3 light side points.
Yeah, but I have something else in mind, maybe on for my action. So let's see how this goes. Difficulty?
2 purple.
Nope. Got too much going on.
Okay, your character cannot find his center. So that was your free maneuver. What else are you doing?
So I know I can't control the TIE fighters, and I'm willing to spend a destiny point. Could I could there be something on the cockpit buttons here that I could press that to release the TIE fighter so they go spinning into space and hopefully like uh basically act as asteroids to the TIE fighter, slow them down or bump into them, maybe destroy one if I get super
Absolutely.
lucky?
100%. I think it's a great use of a light side point.
Okay.
Very, very thematic. Your character is going to jettison them. I want you to roll mechanics against with no purples at all, just to see how many you end up needing to release.
Okay.
Your character drops 1 TIE Fighter.
Okay.
And that was your action. Anything else on your turn?
Let's spend. Can I spend 2 strain to maneuver and get try to get some more distance?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that.
Your character gets out of the nebula, and then your astrogation blips green because you're outside of the gravity well. And hyperspace is now available to you.
I'm gonna hit that button as soon as I can.
All right. So, outside of the range of the officers now, so let's see how these stormtroopers do. They're going to spend 1 maneuver to get into that same distance as you,
Hmm.
and then gunnery. Against 2 purple. They hit you again. It's going to be 10, armor of 5, so you're going to take 5 more. And I'm going to, because of the 3 advantage, I'm going to use a critical hit against your ship.
Well, Master Luke, I brought a ship, but it's gonna need about a year's worth of work on it.
Hey, it still beats nothing. So your ship is slowed down. The
Ooh, that's
target can
not
only
good.
act during the last allied initiative slot on their next turn, which doesn't actually change anything because it's just you. The only benefit is now they're gonna have a +10 to their next critical injury against you.
Mm.
Your turn.
So can I hit the button now? Go to
Yes,
hyperspace?
hit the button.
Hit
Roll
that button.
piloting against 2 purple.
I'd like to spend a destiny point.
Upgrade it. I'm going to give you 1 strain.
Okay. That's totally makes narrative sense to me.
Your character is throttled into the back of his seat as you jet far into a nearby asteroid field, which does halt your hyperjump.
Okay.
And then just see if they can manage to catch up with you. I'm going to roll a very difficult piloting check for them because they don't have hyperjump. Wow. Okay, so they don't fully catch up with you, but at least they are able to fire on you from a distance. Their sensors pick you up, even if their vehicles don't really.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to add those 5 strain, those 5 threat. So now the difficulty is 4 purple because you're so far. 2 advantage is going to be another crit, and it's going to be 6 more. Oh, 1 person. 6 more damage on your ship. Plus 10 crit. So that's not a stormtrooper for some reason. That's not right.
He can take a agonizing win if he wants.
If he wants to. Alright, so I'm just going to roll that in the tabletop simulator because it's so weird. It worked the last time. You saw it work.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Here's 2d10. Rolling. The 25 comes a 35. Looking at this chart. Vehicle crit. 35 is knocked off course. This is going to mean that you need a piloting check to regain control.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a piloting check outside of your initiative to regain control against 2 purple. I'm going to flip 1 more dark side point, so it's going to be 1 red, 1 purple.
I like to flip one back.
All right. You do get 2 advantage. You can recover strain, or you can add a boost die to your next attempt to regain control.
Let's do a boost die.
So you'll have a floating boost die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to determine your random direction using something I call follow the 1. So rolling this, and now the 1 is northward. So now you're pointing northward. which doesn't fully affect. Like it still gets you away from the enemy. It's not such a bad place, but it doesn't. It means that you don't hit any of this debris that's
Yeah,
floating in space.
I'm in favor of that right now.
And now it's your turn.
All right, so I assume I need to do a recalculation. Is that where I'm at
You
right
need
now?
to. You could roll piloting as a maneuver to regain control again.
Yeah, that seems like priority number one. Yep, let's do that. Got the floating boost die. What am I doing? 2 purple?
Yeah, so it'd be 3 green, 2 purple, 1 blue. Nice. 2 advantage, so you can recover strain or push that boost die forward. You've regained control,
Give myself a boost die.
and you can tell you probably just need 1 more jump before you're well out of the range of these TIE fighters. So let's roll an astrogation against 2 purple with your boost die. You have 1 light side point left.
Am I getting the benefits of the droid that's here?
Good call. So the droid will allow you to roll with 2 ranks. So that would be 2 yellow and a green.
And what are we doing? 2 purple?
Yes, 1 blue, 2 purple. And a triumph. Beautiful. So Rah'ec Tru grabs his war-tattered Gozanti-class cruiser, and he launches himself into hyperspace.
Nice.
With that, you make a fair escape.
How badly damaged? I know it took 1 or 2 crits. And how much hull damage did it sustain
It
altogether?
took 30 out of 50 hull damage.
Wow. Okay.
So it is significantly injured, just like your character is. Actually,
Yes.
almost like on like an identical track of your character's damage, like relatively speaking.
Oh, there's some force symmetry there, I think.
There is indeed. And like I said, we call that a fair escape. And you're able to fly back to Yavin 4, which is what you put into the astrogation computer, and meet up with Luke.
Okay.
With that, Luke congratulates you on your success. He knew that destiny would be on your side, although there was darkness at times. He had no doubt in your abilities. And you have a ceremony where Moira and Darren and Kata are present as you are awarded the title of Jedi Knight.
Nice.
Did you have a good time?
I did. This was a lot of fun. It's felt like a nail biter, especially this second act here, um, on board the ship and escaping from the TIE fighters and everything. Yeah, lots of good Star Wars thematic tension and shenanigans. So yeah, good time. Great memories for May the Fourth be with you type thing.
Awesome. Yeah, I had a lot of fun running this. I'm glad you could enjoy it. We made it a little bit more personal since it was just you and me,
Yeah, thanks for
but
running it 1-on-1. I appreciate that.
you're really welcome. You know, like it's a holiday after all.
I'm sorry the other person couldn't join us. I think
Yeah,
been, I don't know, hopefully more fun, but certainly a different kind of fun.
hopefully.
Yeah,
The I can't really award your character any experience or anything since this is a one shot,
sure.
but I could offer you a space in my ongoing Star Wars campaign. It doesn't have like a regular schedule. We're kind of doing like a once a month on a Thursday right now.
Okay.
If you're interested.
I would be interested. I enjoy your GMing a lot, but I'm unfortunately in enough games right now, campaign wise, that I don't think I could take on another one. Um, but if you run any other one shots, please let me know.
Absolutely, yeah. I try to put them into my general chat. Thanks for joining my channel. If you had a good time, please consider giving me a good review on Start Playing. I'm just going to put that link in our Star Wars chat. It's been really nice playing with you and meeting you, Jerry.
Likewise, Eli. Enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you're happy with your purchase.
Yes. Thank you very much. Good times.
Yeah, really good time. So this is my favorite part of Tabletop Simulator is that you can flip the table. So I'm going to go ahead, flip the table.
That's cool. I like
We're,
that.